escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Broadcasting live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. It's time now for the Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, the fastest growing podcast in the nation. New Jersey native Aaron Phillips is the voice of Las Vegas and an inductee into the Las Vegas Entertainment Hall of Fame. And Boston native Neil Portnoy is an internationally recognized artist and illustrator with his acclaimed studio in the heart of Las Vegas. Together, they are the Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.
And a hearty afternoon, everybody out there in Facebook land, in YouTube land, Go Live Vegas. Welcome to another edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. I am Aaron Phillips, sitting in beautiful Las Vegas today, where although we are sequestered in a studio, it's okay. We are here to entertain you and give you a distraction from what has been going on in the world. Sitting with me here in studio is our stepbrother from a different mother, yet another mother, some other's mother, Mr. Johnny Bird. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
You look good. The black there, that Liberace-style jacket, looking good on you.
Well, you know, I've been suffering from the COVID-16.
COVID-16?
Yeah, I've gained 16 pounds since I've been sequestered. So black is slimming, so I'm thinking that maybe I should slim down a little bit.
Right on. That's not a bad idea, actually. And joining us from the Portnoy Palacious Palace, Mr. Neil Portnoy joins us from afar, from the comfort of his home. Mr. Neil, how are you?
Hey, brother.
I've got COVID-12. I put 12, I'm wearing pink because I want to look bigger than screen.
Pink's not going to do that, but what it does do is it makes you look a little more flushed.
I am flushed.
By the way, you'll notice...
I had my bagel this morning from Rooster Boy. I had my everything bagel with my turkey bacon, pickle only. I'm ready to go.
There you go.
Today, and I'm pumped.
All right, well, I want to remind everybody, you notice at the bottom of the screen, right below us here, I wish I can point to it under Neil, but you'll notice a new website, www.twinbrothers.vegas. There's a brand new website featuring all of us here involved with Twin Brothers. There's some stuff already up there. I want to thank Johnny Bird. He is the man that is going to be our webmaster and updating a lot of stuff on there. But please go out there and check it out, www.twinbrothers.vegas. There's a shot of it right there. Thank you, courtesy of our... Look at those three guys on that picture. The one in the middle looks like should have like a prison set of numbers under it, Johnny, don't you think?
It looks a little tense.
It does, a little tense there. But check it out. There's going to be more and more content on there, pictures and video links and commercials. Speaking of commercials, before we get started with the show and we start going over some of the quick news topics we have, we want to present to you a public service announcement on behalf of all of the entertainers here in Las Vegas. We want to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what the entertainment industry has been had to do since we've been sequestered. Take a look.
Being an out-of-work entertainer during this pandemic shutdown in the entertainment capital of the world, it's not easy. In fact, it's damn hard. It's not just here, but everywhere. Comedians are struggling.
job, funny boy!
Even the pimps and hoes have had to adapt. So being on the street and desperate, you have to find that inner spark, that creativity to keep pushing forward. You never know where your next guitar is going to come from. The truth is, you just have to go out there every night and keep pushing. Never give up. Sometimes the difference between a good night and a bad night is in the sign that you make. I've tried little ones. And big ones. I even tried to learn to spin. So now it's just me and my mug. Out here every night trying to do what I can for my family. But there is hope, and you can help. For the cost of a really expensive cup of coffee at Starbucks, you'll help keep a starving artist off the streets. At Portnoy.com, every mug you purchase feeds an out-of-work entertainer for a week. You can choose from 66 of your favorite Las Vegas personalities and not only get a high-quality 11-ounce mug from world-famous illustrator and artist Neil Portnoy, but also that warm, fuzzy feeling of knowing you're making the world a better place. So it's your choice. Either buy a mug at Portnoy.com or risk seeing us on the streets. It's up to you.
At the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of here at the Copa.
Give me that f***ing boa. You're not Barry Manilow. Now get your ass back in the house.
Copacabana. I'm coming.
Welcome, Johnny. We're on the air. Did you have to bring your lunch and ramen with you? I mean,
I never knew they were so good when they were like heated up and cooked.
Yeah, because I've seen you actually eat them off the brick.
Well, that's how I've been doing it. And I was able to get by selling those mugs, I was able to get like 2-3 more extra cases of these things. And,
right on.
I'm set for a while now.
For what is that? About a day's worth, maybe 1-2 days?
No, this will last me at least a week and a half.
All right. Well,
I split them up, and they're good cooked too. I didn't know that.
Very nice. Well, we're glad we could help out the Berg family here, as well as all of those that are mugged on Portnoy.com. I want to thank everybody who's in the chat room. Lisa's in there. Mark Maynard is in there, making it just comments. Darlene and Suzanne and Sheila Cooper's in there. Lee Tucker. Everybody's sending me right, and absolutely everybody's loving that spot. So, Neil, what did you think of that? We have no volume on Neil. Hang on, Neil. Hang on 1 second. Are we ready to go? All right. Go ahead, Neil. Try it again. Nope, still nothing, and I'm hearing beep, so I don't know if that's a bad thing for our feed or not. So at this point, why don't we do this? Oh, there you are. We got you.
Yeah, it just popped on. Personally, I thought that video was D1, world class. My wife Dorothy and I watched it, and the laughter got louder and louder and louder. And the response from Johnny, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's 1.8 thousand views so far.
Oh yeah, yep, so far, yeah.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Well done, my friend.
Thank you. It was fun to do. And what people didn't see there is we got some great footage of the twin brothers too, sitting on the side of a building. So I'm going to edit some of that stuff up, and maybe next week we'll tease some of that.
Cool.
You guys were fantastic, funny as heck.
Well, I look forward to it, and again, well done, and we appreciate that. All right, I know everybody enjoyed that. We have a couple of minutes before we go to our first break to pay some bills and thank our sponsors. A couple of things in the news that'll get you guys to comment on. First of all, we lost another actor the other day, Brian Dennehy, at age 81, passed away of natural causes. And First Blood, Cocoon, Death of a Salesman. Now, you had a side note about Dennehy, didn't you there, Johnny?
Yeah, 183 acting credits. But one of his biggest roles in 1982, which really catapulted him from television to the movie theaters, was the Rambo, First Blood.
Right.
And I actually got a chance to talk with the author of that, David Morrell. And I got a bunch of his books all signed, and real nice guy, real cool. But he said, writing those was one of the passions of his life. And Dennehy, he's such a good actor.
Absolutely, absolutely. I loved him in Cocoon. When I think of his name, Cocoon is the first movie that jumps into my brain. Neil, let me ask you this question about our next topic. I'm sure you saw this, but amongst all that's going on in the world right now, I found it interesting that the state of California, for the high-speed train, a $600 million bond allocation has been approved and set aside for the high-speed train to begin between LA and Vegas. Your thoughts on $600 million?
Well, for $600 million, you can go to Pleasantville, I think it is, or something like that, and then you're still 2 hours away from LA. So as far as the Uber and the Lyft business, they're going to be stationed at that train stop to take you for $3.2 million to LA. You know what? Don't open it until you finish the whole route to LA.
Right. That's. I think it was Victorville, not Pleasantville, but I think Pleasantville was a movie. but yeah, Victorville, it was the initial destination. You're right. It's still another 2 hours to get to LA from that point. But all right, I want to go ahead.
Pleasantville, I want to say real quickly, Pleasantville is also where Brock Holt, former Red Sox, and one of the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback also came out of Pleasantville High School. It's this little tiny town, like 2.5 hours from Dallas, that you pass every ranch, and all you see are these big signs off the side of the road. Triple X Ranch. Not Triple X Ranch.
Funny you'd select that one first.
Yeah, but you don't see anything other than the sign because these ranches are like, 50 acres. But Pleasantville, I believe it's called, in Texas.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, last thing that I'll bring up, and then we'll head off to a quick break, and then we'll welcome our guest in. World Series of Poker players. Did you guys see this in the news?
Yeah.
They may be eligible for unemployment and even though they're considered independent contractors, they're now saying that this is their job. And now these folks who play poker could be eligible for unemployment. Quickly, Neil, 30 seconds, and then Johnny, 30 seconds for you.
I wouldn't bet on it. I mean, listen, the entertainers now as 1099s, they're fighting to get benefits, and it hasn't gone through, it hasn't been approved. There's so many ways people, and California also, and listen, I think everybody should benefit from this, but the illegal aliens that aren't even residents of the United States, a certain party, and we don't get political on this show, wants to make sure that they get money. I'm like, where is it going to stop?
30 seconds, Johnny.
I think you're talking about California with the illegal aliens. I won't touch that one now.
Yeah, no politics.
I'm kind of on the fence. I understand independent contractors. I kind of get it, but I am one too, and I'm even a little ambivalent about that. How do you justify what your earnings would be, even for entertainers? I mean, it's something that's very, very easy to abuse. That's what I'm worried about.
Absolutely. Fair thoughts. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, want to remind you, thank you for tuning in to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. We're going to step aside for a quick, and I mean quick, 90-second break from two of our sponsors that we ask that you keep in mind and support them as they are open for deliveries only during this time. And when we come back, our guest, Ms. Terri Haley, joins us live via video. We'll be right back.
What's
exactly is CBD? It's not marijuana, but it is naturally occurring within the hemp plant. CBD helps to maintain balance in the brain, nerves, immune system, and more. CBD also helps with stress, anxiety, pain, inflammation, and can also improve your sleep quality. Pets love it too. Stop by CBD American Shaman today for a free sample and talk with our CBD experts. CBD American Shaman is conveniently located at 7175 West Lake Mead Boulevard, just off the I-95 in Rock Springs Plaza by Panera Bread. Visit us online at topcbdlasvegas.com. Welcome back to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Aaron Phillips and my stepbrother from Different Mother, Mr. Johnny Bird, joins me here in studio. Those on remote will be back with us in a couple of seconds. I do want to mention a couple of people in the chat room. David Cooper, hope you're doing well. Renee Davis, host of the Bewitching Hour here on Go Live. Trinity Starr is out there. Who else? I saw Sean York out there. William Irvin, Bill is out there in our chat land. Let's see, who else? Anna Bird's out there. Hi, Anna. So we have a lot of people filling the chat room. We thank you. Please reshare us, or please feel free to start your own watch party. All right, Neil is back in with us. We have, you want sanitizer? We got hand sanitizer there. We just had a full boat of sneezes from Johnny Bird, so he's desanitizing.
I was fully covered.
You were fully covered. All right. Without further ado, it is my honor to bring in our guest today. She hails from a little city in southern New Jersey called Philadelphia. Oh, wait, that's Pennsylvania. Tons of connections within the music industry, which are too many to name here. I will leave that up to her. Without further ado, please welcome to the show, Miss Terri Haley. Good afternoon, Miss Terri.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
There she
is.
is.
Tired, but good.
Yeah, I bet you are, as all the entertainers normally would be at this time of the day. Listen, I don't know if you have a party going up, but there are tons of people in my chat room and watch party that are saying hi to you. They are so happy to see you on the show, and you have a big fan base. So give them all a big shout out and a hello and a welcome.
Sugars, guys.
So I'm going to start off real easy before the guys get in here and start firing away their questions. You know, looking at your bio, obviously you have a lot of crossroads of famous people and people in general that is in your family that are part of the music industry. Is that what inspired you and got you started down the road to your path today of what you do?
Yes and no. I didn't realize the entertainers we had in our family. There's just a couple of big names in our family, both of which I'm sure don't even know that I exist. They were distant family. Tom Kiefer being one, the lead singer for Cinderella, and Ralph Jones was my grandmother's cousin. He was the drummer for Bill Haley and the Comets. And no, I'm no relation to Bill Haley.
Oh.
So that's kind of funny. What got me started, I would say I'm a huge Manilow fan. And, you know, at a very, very young age, I used to make my brother introduce me while I sang Can't Smile Without You or
right.
Randy. And but my Uncle John was the biggest influence as a kid.
Okay. But you had a lot of opportunity there. Nothing wrong with, you know, emulating Barry Manilow. Neil, let me throw it to you, sir.
Terri, a real quick question. I mean, Philadelphia, you know, a big city on the East Coast.
Right.
What brought you to Las Vegas? How long have you been here? And what do you have set for goals as we restart Vegas within, in my opinion, the next month? Everybody's going to be, you know, itching to get out there, and they're going to be at this venue, that venue. What's in store for Terri?
Gigs. My goal is to get some gigs, some shows, basically. I have a weird kind of luck I had just started kind of taking off before this whole shutdown began. And that's happened a couple times with my music in my life, that I would get some kind of a little bit of a break and then something big would happen that kind of blocked it. But I think that as all our goals is gigs, especially the local entertainers. I'm not talking about the big celebrity type. I'm talking about, Kelly Clinton, Ryan Baker, Mark O'Toole, Amanda King.
Johnny Bird.
Johnny Bird. Yes, of course, Johnny Bird. The people are missing out because these entertainers really connect with their audience, and they're a lot of fun, and they're new. They bring something new and fresh to the table. They're not just doing their own music, but they're doing a great variety. I love your guitar, Neil.
I'm practicing. Watch.
Was that your stomach growling?
I got ramen noodles.
I can't even see the guitar.
I see part of the neck.
I see the neck. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't even sound like Mary Had a Little Lamb.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Because I'm looking for gigs.
Johnny, let me throw it to Johnny.
So, Terry, tell us about what kind of a show they'd see if they saw your show.
I can't hear you, Johnny.
Oh, the type of show. You were mentioning a bunch of other entertainers, and there's a lot of great ones here in Vegas. Tell us about your show. What is the Terri Haley show? Not the one that we're doing now, because we don't have a live audience, but when you're on stage, what do you want them to see?
A party. I like to have a lot of fun on stage. I like to goof around, bring up other singers. I do a lot of country, some standards, some swing tunes, some contemporary 70s, 80s. Yeah, I was brought up in the 70s and 80s, so I like a little disco, forgive me, but I do. So a lot of 80s, like your Belinda Carlisle. I haven't done any Madonna yet. I would like to give her music a shot. So I like to have a party. Just people want to come out and have fun, and I like to bring that fun onto the stage.
Aaron?
Yeah, I was just, I have to admit I did a little, my research. First of all, when you have somebody from Philadelphia and the East Coast, researching those people could be dangerous. You never know what you find in the closet of people from the East Coast. However, as I went to her Facebook page, and we'll talk more about this, the Sugar Shack shows which she does, and we'll talk about that here in a second. I heard her at Bobby Mayo's that night, which was the first opportunity I had to meet Terri in person after her stalking us on Twin Brothers for so many weeks. You have a great sound. And who was your inspiration when you started performing and doing your thing on stage and performing in front of people? Did you pattern yourself after anybody, or is your sound that unique?
It's my own sound. I don't like to think I copied anybody or followed anybody. I grew up with Carly Simon, Roberta Flack, these types of singers, and I've always liked that style of music. But Carly Simon, I think, is a great entertainer on stage.
You're not so vain, are you? No. Sorry, cheap plug. Why don't you give the phone number for people to call in?
Yeah, call them if you got a question for any of the brothers or for Terri, 702-660-7666. Yeah. It's hard for me even to say out loud.
I know. Go ahead, Terri.
That's not a good number.
No, one of these days I'm going to buy him a new phone number so we get rid of those last 3 digits. Neil, take it away.
Listen, now you're in Vegas. You start, I first, I think, ran into you at Kelly's show at Tuscany. We see you down at Bobby Mayo's. You've connected with the community, but you've really gotten back into it. Because we were talking a little bit about you had the Sugar Shack thing going on, and you've been here for X amount of years, and people really don't know Terri Haley. How do you get yourself out there to people to say, look, I'm also an entertainer? First, I happen to be able to sing. There's so many opportunities with these open mic situations like Kelly does, like Kenny Davidson does.
Kenny's great.
Like Johnny does. Johnny does it as well when he's out there performing. I mean, it seems to be what these entertainers are leaning towards, not the big name acts. But there's going to be a lot of venues that are going to open up in Las Vegas because we're going to come back a little slowly and then go out. Hey, it looks like my guitar. What do you? I know we're all looking for gigs, but what type of gigs do you want to do? The lounges? Do you want to do the restaurant, little tiny venues? People make money in this industry out here. They live here, but they work corporate gigs because that's where the real money is.
Stop answering for her. Ask the question already.
Well, the question is, do you see that in your future? Are you going to go after the corporate gigs?
Absolutely. I would love to do that. I always, ever since I was a kid, I would picture, so I write music also. I have my own music on ReverbNation.com if you check that out. But I've always, when you're writing a song, you picture yourself singing it, you picture a vision. And ever since I was a little kid, I could see myself on stage. I could see myself doing big production, small productions. You take what you can get. I would love to do the corporate gig. I just want to entertain. And when you see the Sugar Shack episodes, it's in front of this curtain, and when you're doing a live show with it's just me in the room and I'm doing all the production and everything, I can't move around. And if you get me on a stage and I'll dance, I'll get off the stage, I'll include other people. I like to think a lot of entertainers daydream a lot, like they have a vision of what they want to, a kind of show they want to put on.
Sure.
And I always loved the big production type shows. I always wanted to do something like that.
What about doing duos or setting up a band type situation? I mean, other than just yourself on stage, have you looked at the possibilities of working with other performers and doing a show?
Absolutely. Mark Maynard and I are looking into a duet he sent me the tracks for. I'm a huge Paul McCartney fan also, and I think Paul McCartney said it best. A band is a luxury.
Sure.
And that's the God's honest truth. And I don't want to get into the whole industry and what everybody's getting paid type of thing, but a band is also expensive.
Yeah, the real Paul McCartney or the one that's out there now?
Don't start. Don't even do that.
All right,
No.
On that note,
Oh, no.
quick debate. You guys can continue that off the air for the next 30 seconds. I do want to introduce a new sponsor. It's a 30-second message. A gentleman who is a vet, Marines, current student at UNLV, a gentleman I met at the Level Up convention a few months back who is a personal trainer specifically for those who want to get into cosplay. And so this is my opportunity and our opportunity to help a vet get their business off the ground. Please listen to this from Living Dagger Fitness. We'll be right back.
THD is a cosplayer with two things on his mind: to get fit and to have fun. Now you can too with Living Dagger Fitness. Through Living Dagger Fitness, you'll train with a superhero to be a superhero. Using the timeless techniques of training, including Muay Thai and fitness kickboxing, you'll learn the healthy fitness habits of your favorite characters. You'll be in the best shape of your life while enjoying the fun and excitement of living your character. To find out more, email THD at theherodrowslv@gmail.com. Live your character.
All right, welcome back to Twin Brothers. Want to remind you that you are watching Aaron Phillips, Johnny Bird, Neil Portnoy, and of course the lovely Miss Terri Haley on the video with us today. She is here talking about her shows and what she's been doing. Now, Neil actually asked a question about how she's getting out there and promoting herself. I don't know. I would think being on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers would be part of that process. Of course, don't you think, Terri?
Absolutely. I'm thrilled to be here.
That's right.
She hit the big time now.
That's right. She hit the big time, for us right at this point. So, Johnny, I'll turn it over to you to keep the interview going. Oh, by the way, folks, 702-660-7666. Call in with your question.
So, when you first started singing, what are the stuff? What songs did you try to emulate anybody? You say you don't now, but did you then?
Well, hopefully, Neil, don't say anything bad about Paul. That'll just...
No, I love Paul McCartney. Both of them.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I used to practice to a lot of Beatles songs. I loved Paul McCartney. My uncle gave me my first guitar the day John Lennon died. And it was just a few days before my birthday. And he taught me 3 chords, and he said, learn these songs on these Beatles albums. I was into Band on the Run, Silly Love Songs, those types of things. I'm trying to teach myself Band on the Run, and he finally got frustrated and he said, that guy was in the Beatles. So I kind of leaned towards a lot of Beatles. I remember Breakfast with the Beatles on Sundays, and the vocals and harmonies that band had.
Incredible.
Exactly. Just phenomenal talent. for guys that couldn't even read music, they knew what they were doing. I mean, obviously. So I would have to say I emulated in that way towards that style of music and singing and the harmonies especially. I find myself doing harmonies instead of the lead vocal if I'm in the car or with a friend. If some of my friends take videos when we're out of other performers and you can hear me doing the harmonies, I end up, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess up your video, but yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Ooh, I got a quick follow-up for that.
Go ahead, go.
Dream
Yeah, I was
Harmony.
gonna say, go ahead, Johnny.
Hang on, Neil. Hang on, Neil. Go ahead, Johnny.
Just a quick Dream Harmony. Who would you want to harmonize with? Famous or other?
Gosh, there's so many.
Just one.
Barry Barlow, you remember Take That?
From Take
from
That?
England? Yeah, Back for Good was there. I
Yeah.
love his music and love his harmony. Of course, Paul McCartney, Barry Manilow. And here, I would love that opportunity to get up on stage with Kelly Clinton to do some harmony. She's a lot of fun to perform with.
Go ahead, Neil.
I was going to say, understanding and listening to you talk about your passion for McCartney and the Beatles and the harmonizing. In today's society, today's entertainment atmosphere, who would simulate those harmonies that you would like to now start singing? Because you've got that, you love the harmonies, you love the beat. Who in today's music industry are similar? No one will ever be the Beatles, but similar that you might want to copy or sing.
I'll be honest with you. Forgive me. I don't listen to today's music. I don't. No, I don't. I'll turn on the radio and I just can't. I can't get into it.
You hear that a lot.
There's no. A song used to be a story, and today's music, where's the melody?
Well, it's like Jason Mraz, okay? Jason Mraz, Jack Johnson, Clint Holmes just re-sang, his hit song, My Name is Michael, that whole thing. But he did it. I called Clint right up and I said, you know what? So much better than your original version that sold 200 million copies.
Right.
Because you're better now. Terri Haley is better now than Terri Haley, who emulated and sang the harmonies for the Beatles.
Right.
There's got to be that one person or group of people out there that would be the new Terri Haley. Talk about that. Tough question.
Yeah, that is a tough question.
Because we can't live in the past, we got to look toward the future.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So are there crooners, like a Mark O'Toole, a crooner that's out there today?
Harry Connick.
Harry Connick.
Oh,
okay.
Harry Connick. That's a great one.
I'm surprised he isn't bigger now, still.
Yeah.
He had that Vegas Sinatra swagger.
Yeah.
I could feel that.
Go ahead, Terry.
He really can't sing. Harry Connick doesn't get he doesn't got a great singing voice, but he's a great performer. It's like Barry Manilow hasn't got a great singing voice, but he's a great performer.
Okay, those of you who love Barry Manilow, you can send your emails to Neil at Twin Brothers.
Or call in at 702-660-7666.
Terry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And express your frustration.
That's right. Terry, you were going to make it a point there. What was your point?
Yeah, he threw me when he said Harry couldn't sing.
All right, I'll give you a second then to collect your thoughts, and I'm going to ask you a different question while you come back to that one. We're talking about your singing prowess, but in your bio, you list you've actually done a couple of stage productions. We saw a picture of you as Dorothy in Wizard of Oz, last year or so. What would you?
I wish.
Well, listen, I'm being politically correct, and you're a friend,
aged.
so she hasn't aged. She looks great. There you go. There's the picture. What was your first stage production? Was this it, or what was the first stage you stepped on for live production?
First stage production was with Trenton Civic. It's a long name, Trenton Civic Opera Theater Company. My piano teacher at the time was playing Laurie at Oklahoma, and I was in the choir and did a lot of dancing. And that was my first big production. It was an outdoor theater. It was really cool. And then Dorothy came, and then I got to play Laurie myself later on. I see your mug, Johnny. Okay.
Cheap plug.
Very.
It tastes
shameless.
better in this mug. I'm just saying.
That's right. So what was the best of your stage productions? What was your most favorite character or role that you had on stage?
I'm Tommy's mom. Who's Tommy?
Okay.
It wasn't anything like the movie. There was no baked beans or swimming in. No. That was my favorite. Because it was rock and roll, and it was a lot of fun. And
do you have a desire to go back on stage to do a production again?
absolutely.
Okay. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Right on. Johnny?
Well, I first saw her at Kelly's show. I think at the Bootlegger. Then I saw her at Kelly's show at Tuscany, and she just has a bubbly personality about her. And I don't remember if you came up to me or I came up to you. Somehow we connected. But
I was sitting at the table with my mom, and Barbara Brighton was sitting with us, and she said her friend Johnny was coming, and that's the first time I met you. And Kelly was kind of stumbled on stage looking for something to say, or they were getting their key, and Johnny's sitting at the table doing that cricket sound. Yeah, and I didn't know he was doing that. I thought there was a cricket in the room, but yeah, that's the first time we met.
Yeah, I just if you haven't heard Terri sing, she's fantastic. And really, I know I'm not sucking up just because you're here. I really think you got a lot of talent, and I can't wait to see you back on stage. But in the meantime, tell them more about your Sugar Shack. You're on episode 7. Tell us about some of how it started and where it's going from here.
Well, how it started was the shutdown. I got bored, and I was watching Ryan Baker. You know, he's on every day at 4, and just phenomenal. He takes requests. The man is like a human jukebox, literally, and he kind of inspired me.
Now, Terri, you have
do the same thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you don't practice, you're going to lose it. And I was just getting over some stage fright issues before this happened. So I need to keep myself in front of people.
It's interesting you say that, because I remember chatting with you at Bobby Mayow's, and you were talking about that same thing about your level of comfort on the stage singing, and that was one of the reasons you were there that night, was to work on that. And I got to imagine that everybody goes through that. Heck, I still get nervous every time before a microphone goes on, even to do this show. And the day those butterflies stop, I think, is the first message I get that I'm done with doing what I do. But that's got to be something that takes time. I mean, how long have you had that concern about being on stage?
I didn't always have it. I didn't know. Stage came very naturally to me. It never bothered me until, life happened. I was a single mom, and I had a kid to raise, and I did have a rock and roll band back home, but once my kid hit adolescence, I couldn't be out till 4 a.m. packing up equipment and stuff. I had to be home to keep an eye on him, and then I swore that once he was on his own, that I would do something about my music, which is where Joey Melati came in and Vegas came in, and there was a good 10 years there I didn't go on stage at all.
Yeah, Lisa in the chat room expresses the sentiment. She says she is so talented and has a heart as big as life. So thank you, Lisa, for sharing that. And by the way, Neil, David Cooper thinks you're off your rocker regarding your comments about Connick, and Barry Manilow. So I just
Yay, David!
Yeah. Suzanne talks about how she saw you at Bootleggers, mentioned you there. Mark Maynard says, Terri, you are a great inspiration too. And again, we want to thank everybody. Please feel free to call in. The line is open to talk to Terri direct, 702-660-7666. All right, Neil, one question before we go to our final break. And then when we come back from that break, you know what time it'll be.
Oh, my favorite time of the show.
You got it. So, Neil, take the last question before we go to break.
Terri, real quickly, we're going to get back. Vegas is going to come back. We talked about on the show about the smaller venues, the dinner shows. Would it not be smart on your part to collaborate with people like Johnny Bird to come up with a package that will fit perfectly to those smaller venues, that will do dinner shows, that'll do stage productions, mini Broadway type stuff where we're entertaining? I think it would be in your best interest, and I want to get your feeling of this, to start partnering right now make good use of your time while we're not out there performing live. What are your thoughts about that?
I think you've been listening to our phone conversations. Johnny and we've already started discussing this type of thing, and we're looking into that. And we're gonna go headstrong, man. We're gonna hit the venues and show them, hey, this is our idea. It'll bring in people, business, fun. You've been listening to our phone conversations, haven't you, Neil?
Hopefully not all of them.
Listen, my middle name is Spirit.
Well, whatever show you guys decide to do, make sure there's a balcony section so Neil and I can sit up there like those two old guys from the Muppets.
The Muppets,
right.
Yes.
We'll sit up in the balcony and share our thoughts and opinions.
I have a visual right now of that scene. It doesn't look good.
Waldorf and what was the other one?
I don't even remember. I just remember two bald heads with mustaches, so at least we almost fit the bill. All right, anyway, we're going to step aside for a quick 30-second break from our sponsor, CBD American Shaman. And then when we come back, two things left to do: getting to know Terri, and Terri to talk about her show, Sugar Shack, tonight. We'll be right back. 500 stores nationwide, CBD American Shaman has stores right here in Las Vegas. CBD American Shaman produces their own CBD that is sourced entirely in the U.S. CBD American Shaman products are 100% organic CBD and up to 10 times more effective than regular CBD oil. They are also one of only a few CBD companies that is certified by the U.S. Hemp Authority. Come by our store for a free sample and chat with our CBD experts. We are located at 7175 West Lakemead Boulevard, just off the I-95 in Rock Springs Plaza by Panera Bread. Visit us online at topcbdlasvegas.com. All right, thank you very much. By the way, I want to remind everybody, all of our sponsors are still open and they can take care of you via home delivery, free delivery, by the way, at that. And with that, I want to also express a heartfelt thank you from all of us here at Twin Brothers to all of our first responders, doctors, nurses, whoever it is that's taking care of those in need. We want to thank you. And quite frankly, we should be dedicating our shows to those individuals. So please, thank you very much. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers. If you need masks, let me know. My wife and daughter all of a sudden started generating masks for a local donation through one of the auxiliary unions that my daughter's involved with through her musical work. But anyway, we want to thank each and every one of you for supporting, keeping Las Vegas and all those communities around the world healthy as could be. All right, Neil, it is our favorite time. It is your favorite time. The thing is, Terri has actually watched a few of our shows to know what this segment's all about. But that's okay. We're still gonna run her through it. So with that, it is time for Getting to Know You.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
All right, brand new opening. Did you like that opening, Neil?
It needs a little more pizzazz, but because my reading skills are not that good, I kept doing this. Getting to know you.
Aaron just shot you the meanest look possible, by the way. I just saw that.
Sound out the bigger words.
That's right. All right. So, Terri, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. They are designed for you to give us a quick hit answer. First thing that comes to mind, we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
All right. Favorite actor of all time?
I have a couple, Russell Crowe and Leo DiCaprio.
Ooh.
Good choices on both of them.
Okay, not bad. Favorite actress of all time?
Ay. You know what? So many. And of course, gosh, so many. I loved Judy Garland. She did more than just Dorothy. Yeah, she was in A Star is Born. Phenomenal actress. Also,
Tough life.
Yeah, tragic life.
Did you see the movie? Judy?
Which one?
Oh, was Renee?
Yeah, I just watched it last week, but there's a docudrama on YouTube that Lorna Luft produced.
Oh.
That is actually, I hate to say it, sorry Renee, but it's a lot better. I think it is.
Wow.
All right. Favorite all-time movie that when it comes on, you drop everything, you pop your popcorn or your favorite snack, you get your favorite adult beverage, you hunker down to watch it. Regardless of what's going on, no one's bothering you. And that movie is?
So many. These are tough questions.
One.
One.
First thought that comes to your mind. Favorite movie.
You're going to laugh at me. Oh, Johnny, you know what? You can take that cricket and put it in your mug.
Oh my goodness.
You mean this mug right here?
Oh, hey now.
Shameless. you're gonna Hair. Do you remember the movie Hair with Treat Williams?
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
Do they always have to go with hair? I mean, really?
I remember the musical. I don't remember the movie.
My mom took us, and we were little kids, me and my brother, and this is before the censorship, the rated R, rated G, and when they got to the part when they were inspecting the soldiers. You never seen a mother grab her kids and run so fast out of a theater. So I didn't see it again until years later, and
Wow.
the music and the dancing, I loved Hair.
All right, the next two questions are right up your alley, which is why I tried to avoid these previously. So, all-time favorite music genre?
Ballads.
Ballads. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All-time favorite song, so that when it comes on your radio in your car, you roll up the windows, you don't care what anybody's looking at to see you, no matter how much you're doing your song, and that song is?
Copacabana.
All right. You know what? I do that too.
For one of my favorite people who can sing. I like that song.
Maybe we'll get Harry Connick to do a version just for you too, Neil. on that one.
Harry and Mark O'Toole can do it as a duet
That's
with a boa if he gets it back.
There you go. That's right. All right. This question I got to give with a disclaimer, so that if you get offended by what our answer is in the next 5 or 10 seconds, just simply cover your ear. And reminder to Terry, this is the internet, so you can say anything you want. Here it goes.
Plug your ears, kids.
Favorite curse word?
Oh, come on. Everybody's favorite curse word, fuck.
There you go.
And I don't curse. I'm a lady.
I could see her cheeks getting red even through the video chat on saying that out loud.
Yeah,
You see that?
Blushing.
All right, here we go. We'll get. By the way, everybody can uncover their ears now and turn your volumes back up. But if you turned it down, you don't know it's time to turn it back up, so you can up your volume. Okay. If money were no object, what would be your all-time favorite car that you'd like to see parked in your driveway someday?
I already have it.
Okay.
It's a little blue and white convertible Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your husband's car, but I wasn't sure where you were gonna go with that.
Husband.
But a convertible. Oh, sorry, your significant other.
Oh.
Whatever. Sorry. Yeah, I presume, unfortunately. So a convertible Bug, huh? Don't give me the crickets. I
Her
can turn
name
your
is
mic
Lola.
off. All right. Best vacation ever taken?
I'm a camper. I love camping.
Okay. Have you camped in national locations like I don't know, some of the parks or stuff, or just?
We used my entire time growing up. The minute the weather got warm, we drove all over the country to different campgrounds.
Okay.
Terry, I have a very good friend of mine, Bob Zagami, back east. He's the president of the RV Association in New England.
Right.
And we were going back and forth on social media, and I said, isn't this the perfect time for vacations for people to get into the RVs and travel? And he brought up a great point to me. He said it would be if they opened up the national parks again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
That part I just don't understand. I mean, it's a park. You're going there basically with your family.
Well,
open them up.
You know what? I saw a news article a couple of weeks ago that a tiger contracted the virus. So who knows? I mean, I don't know. I'm just throwing out there for conversation.
You've been watching too much Tiger King. There's no.
No. Let me tell you, the first time I heard about that show, I thought it was an expo on Tiger Woods. Okay, that's where I thought it was. So
I still don't know what it is.
Don't worry, you're not missing much. Although you look a lot, doesn't Johnny look a lot like Joe Exotic though? It just hit. I lost Terry. I lost Terry on that.
I don't know who he is.
Can you bring up a picture of him?
Just stand up. Stand up. We can tell if he looks like Joe Exotic.
We'll get a picture.
Poor Johnny. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's not Joe Exotic. I got to look this up now.
Oh no, you'll see a picture of
not Joe Dirt.
Should I be offended?
Yeah.
All depends on your opinion of tigers. But anyway, and whether you put a contract out on to kill somebody. But Aaron's going to pop a picture up here in a second, and maybe we'll do a little side by side. But in the meantime, what's your bucket list vacation?
England.
England. Anything?
I would love to go to England. Yeah.
Anything specific there that you'd want to see?
Everything.
Paul's
Everything. What's that?
Paul's grave.
That. Oh, please. I would love to see Big Ben and Abbey Road and. No, Johnny doesn't look like that guy.
I'm gonna grow out a mullet, just so I gotta study that. I'm gonna shave, and I'm gonna come in as that guy next week.
No, that's Joe Dirt 30 years later.
No, wait a minute. If our friend John D. Domenico can do Trump and he can do Dr. Phil, Johnny can do Joey Tagadoon.
Tiger Joe.
Oh.
Anyway, all right, let's get back on track because the wheels have certainly fallen off this train right about now.
I want to get off this train.
Terry, your favorite meal, top to bottom?
Oh, salmon and spinach.
Okay, keep going. Was there a little appetizer? Do you have a little dessert, a little vino next to it?
It depends on what carb I like. Yeah, definitely wine with my salmon. It depends on the mood I'm in. For the carb, it could be a baked potato or a little fettuccine or something like that.
I'm sorry. Teresa in the chat room thinks that Johnny and Joe are twins, by the way. Teresa Mala. Yes.
Teresa Mala. Hi,
Yes.
Teresa.
Thanks, Teresa. I was so nice to you back when you came up on stage.
I'm going to share a quick story about Teresa that night at Bobby Mayall's.
Yeah.
So,
Did I turn into the Tiger King just then? Oh, never mind.
I'm taking a contract out on it.
No cut. That's why he's in jail for 22 years. You don't want to do that.
He just got caught. I won't get caught.
Well, that's true.
We're in
That's true.
Vegas, man. I can find people.
He was in Vegas also.
Damn.
Okay. So anyway, so Teresa, that night at Bobby Mayall's, and I really was going to share this the day she comes on, but it was really funny. She's sitting at the railing area right outside the bar area, and she was sitting there with, I forgot the gentleman's name.
Gifted Toulet.
Toulet. Thank you. So they were sitting there, and as I'm walking towards them, walking around the bar to go say hi to Renee, Teresa makes eye contact with me, and she waves me over. And I say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? She goes, well, listen, she says, you know, I jokingly said, is there something I can get for you? Do you need something? She's giving me a drink order. Water, some drinks, everything. And I'm starting to laugh at her, and I'm taking the whole thing. And I finally look at her, and I look and I said, listen, I'll be more than happy to find somebody that can do this for you, but I want you to know, I don't work here. However, if you want to tip me, that's fine. So I got our waiter who served us at the table we were eating at, went right over and we took care of it. But yeah, I told her she can't go into any restaurant unless I'm there to get her served. So she won't get any service. All right. Favorite Las Vegas thing to do to relax? Not taking the current situation in, but what would that be?
That's easy. I love going out to see my friends perform.
That's a common answer.
I love that. I don't gamble. I'm not a gambler. I'm not into the whole sports type thing, so definitely going to see my friends perform. The nice thing about here as compared to back home, and not to badmouth back home, I don't mean to, but back home it was a dog-eat-dog world when it came to the singing and the music. Here, it's like an extended family. We're all family and we help each other out.
Right
and
on.
I love that.
We get that a lot.
Guys,
Definitely.
Go ahead, Neil.
did you see what I put up here? Look.
Hold
You
on.
read it?
Yes.
We're going to switch the camera here in a second. There you go. 3 things are certain in life. Death, taxes. Pull it back just a little bit so it gets less fuzzy. Death, taxes. Well, I read the back.
Carol totally killed her husband.
Oh,
Oh.
Are we back to the Lion King or
I don't
Tiger
know.
King?
The Lion King.
The Lion King.
It's Tiger King.
Tiger King.
all right. 2 more questions, Terry, and then you're off the hot seat. Favorite,
Okay.
when you have friends and family that want to come to Las Vegas and you know they're going to reach out to you, what is a couple of the suggestions you tell them that they must do when they come to Vegas?
I like that Cirque du Soleil show, the O show with the water. That's one. And I like taking them off the strip to, well, not off the strip, but close enough to Bootleggers or Tuscany's, just a little bit off. The food's excellent. The prices are better, I think.
There you go. Little plug. We'll send Tuscany a bill for the plug. That's okay. So that's all right. All right, last question, and then you'll be off the hot seat. What career would you be doing right now if you were not singing and entertaining people?
I probably would have been a teacher.
What level? Anything specific?
A music teacher, of course.
No, but elementary, middle, high school, college?
Elementary.
Okay. I can see you as an elementary music teacher.
Get them
I could too.
while they're young, or they're still sponges.
Very true. Very, very true. All right. Before we wrap up with any final questions, if we could please pop up the picture of Terri with the information about her Sugar Shack show at the same time. Let's talk about your show tonight. Give it a plug. How often is it aired, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Saturday nights at 9 on my Facebook page. I have my music page and Facebook page, Terri Haley Official, and just Terri Haley. Tonight, I have a lot of great tunes. We're doing some Linda Ronstadt, some Penny Loveless, Gretchen Wilson, Helen Reddy, the Hollies, Natalie Cole. There's a great mix tonight. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun, and it is live, so you can do a chat room like you're doing right now, sing along, dance, whatever. I try and keep it upbeat with a small ballad at the end. And that's tonight at 9 o'clock, midnight Eastern.
Can people make requests?
No.
Can they make requests for a follow-up show?
Absolutely.
I want to hear.
I'm doing one dedication tonight from a request I got before.
Well, you said Helen Reddy. I want you to do that song from Pete's Dragon. Something about the candle in the window or something like that. I love it.
Oh, okay. I know which one you're talking about.
I'll have to do some research on that one. All right. So this is every Saturday night, yes?
Yes, and I
Until
think
further
so,
notice.
yeah.
Yes.
Until further notice, yeah.
But the nice thing is they'll always be available on Facebook, even when things get back to normal, that people can still watch and enjoy. All
Exactly.
right. Neil, as we begin wrapping up, sir, final thoughts and comments for Terri, things in general, whatever's on your mind, sir. Go.
Well, we're in day 31 of quarantine. We're probably going to end all this and start bringing back businesses. Terri, what's the first thing you're going to do when they start lifting some of these restrictions? What are you going to do?
Go out to eat. I'm going to go to a restaurant and go out to eat. That's the first thing I'm going to do.
Do you have a
Meet up
favorite?
with friends.
Do you have a favorite one you like to go to?
I hadn't even given that much thought. Probably bootleggers if they're open. That's one of my favorite spots.
Good penny pasta.
Yeah, there you go. Neil, where's the first place you're going? Although you go to the Rooster in the morning, so I guess you're already going out.
Yeah, and I still go down to the gallery, so I just can't wait till I can go see live entertainment live again. I really can't. It's a big part of Dorothy and my life is going out every night and seeing the entertainment, sharing, supporting. I can't wait for that to come back because when it comes back, it's going to be wonderful.
Johnny, where would you be going?
Golden Corral.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. They got great.
Oh, no.
I love their sirloin steaks, and I could just get a plate that high of just steak after steak after steak after steak.
Is that because of what's his name?
I'm going
Jeff Foxworthy?
Well, no, I don't know the reference, but I need to get from COVID.
He does the commercials. He does the commercials from the comedian Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh yeah, I know who he is.
Okay, yeah, he does the commercials. He's a voiceover.
So I need to get from COVID-16 to COVID-19. I figured that's the final piece of the puzzle.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Johnny, you may as well just go to McDonald's.
Nah, I'm gonna go there. I might even go alone, just so I don't embarrass anybody around me, and because they'll want my autograph as the Tiger Kitty or whatever the hell.
Tiger Kitty.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Golden Corral, and Aaron just kind of put this up on the prompter in here. Buffets as we knew them are going to probably look very different, and they were starting to change before we all got quarantined, where they were serving people at the very beginning of all of this. I'm not too sure, everybody's feelings about buffets moving forward, but, we'll see what happens.
Just open up for me. I don't care about anybody else.
I think what's going to happen is if the buffets do come back, and I doubt that they will, you might see, and we brought this up in another Twin Brothers show, reverting back to what built Vegas, the $6 buffet, the free parking. You got to watch what's going to happen here because they need to entice people to come back, and I think they're going to reduce their prices, and people are going to start to go again.
Well, not just that, Neil, but people are out of work. They're not going to have a choice. People aren't going to have that much money.
Correct.
Good point.
It's funny about those extra taxes, but on another show that I do here called Our House, Our Voice, we were talking about that this morning. The room tax 80 cents on the dollar for that actually is supposed to be going back to the state to pay for the new Allegiant Stadium for the Raiders. So just keep that in mind when we think about these taxes, because when things open back up with the state losing all this revenue because of all the businesses that are closed, guess who's going to have to foot the bill? Probably with higher sales taxes and higher property taxes and everything else, and that's going to be us. So that's the downside, of course. And businesses that don't open up, lost revenue, business taxes, licensing, and all that the state's going to miss. So
you mentioned that show. When can they see it?
Yeah, Our House, Our Voice. Thank you. I think it would be good to do that. Every Saturday right here on Go Live Vegas from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific. You can check it out on Facebook as well as the YouTube channel once I upload it up there. And, of course, through Go Live Vegas. And then we're here every week, 12 to 1. Vegas time to give you folks a distraction from all that craziness out there. I know having you on today, Terry, I mean, we love having you, and I'm glad we were able to do this. But my comments boxes have been blowing up. All morning long.
Did we offend somebody?
No, yeah, well, the only person who got offended was David Cooper by Neil, but that's not that's not on you though.
And Barry Manilow's a little pissed
right,
off.
Hello.
Don't piss off Barry.
No,
you don't want to see Barry
Oh,
mad.
wait, time out. I like a trifecta.
Oh.
Faux Paul is very upset with me right now.
Who is?
Faux Paul.
Oh, God, stop it, Neil. Oh, no. I have one friend that makes fun of me. I don't know if it's my facial expression, but he always says whenever I see him, I can feel it coming too. He says they shot the wrong beetle.
Oh, my. Oh.
And it makes me so angry.
Wow.
It's hard. And now you're doing this. You and he would get along great.
Oh, no, but, there was a car crash and a lookalike that won a contest. And
Oh, don't even. Are you a conspiracist? I mean, I'm a conspiracist, but that's a little left field, don't you think?
I'm going to ask you real quickly, because a lot of people don't know, besides the entertainer side of you, there's also the holistic, the spiritual,
Yes.
Before we leave, you got to tell people you do more than just perform with a singing voice and instruments.
Yes.
You're also a psychic.
No.
What's the term?
Astrologer.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's
I'm
like
glad
you
he
can
didn't-
see the future.
I'm glad he didn't
No,
say
it's-
psycho. I would have been a little more worried.
They're just lined up to be mad at him today.
Holy cow. Send all your comments to Neil at Twin Brothers.
Don't send it to my private email. I have too many. But you're what's the term?
Astrologer.
What does an astrologer do?
Well,
Studies
based on
astros.
your sign, the time you were born, the place you were born, and it's not just all of that. I do life coaching with astrology. It's turned more into therapy for I have 4,000 clients worldwide.
Is it like Ancestry.com and they tell you
No.
what planet I'm from? Or?
Dude,
No.
you better catch up to the 21st century or whatever century we're in. Astrology and
Neil,
genetics
when-
have nothing to do with each other.
No.
Theo, when's your birthday?
March. I'm a Pisces.
Okay, Pisces, astrology. Pisces is astrology. That's your sign.
Okay.
That's your sunrising sign.
So my
I don't
son's
want people to know, though, because what happens is if I go out, people immediately, if they ask me what I do, I say. I don't tell them I do that because then they immediately want a reading or their chart done. And I, look what you did, Neil.
Well, I'm going to save you. I'm going to save you, Terry, because we'll get you off the hook. But however, I may want to talk to you because I want to know where the future of this show is going in the near future. So
Hey, give her a plug, though. Give her a plug. If they
absolutely.
want a reading,
Yeah.
can they get a hold of you?
How can people get a hold of you if they want to get involved with astrology and all that other good stuff?
They can just message me on my Facebook.
Neil at twinbrothers.com.
And is there a fee?
Of course.
Okay, well, great. So tell it again.
Just message her through her Facebook page.
Facebook, all right.
Yes.
Terry with an I.
By the way, Neil, for simplistic definition in astrology, I don't know if you're an astrologist, if you didn't hear me before, they studied the astros. They figured out how they were sign stealing.
The stars.
The two
Baseball-
smashes.
Baseball stars? Baseball stars, right?
Right, baseball stars. All right, with that.
I knew there was a pun there. I
That was a
couldn't
deep
get it
reference,
right
too,
away.
It was. Right, exactly. All right, Johnny, final thoughts. By the way, everybody's loving the show. They're great comments. We have well over 150 comments that have floated through the chat rooms today. By far,
Oh, wow.
I believe that's the highest one. Johnny, closing thoughts, sir.
Mom, stop commenting.
Well, I keep teasing this, but we've been getting so many entrants. In fact, we just got one this morning from Amanda King. I will have at least a part of that song available. We're going to tease the video. I started contacting news agencies, and I got a couple of stories being done back in the Midwest for the Alone Together song. We have so many great performers. Terri is going to participate in this too. Mark O'Toole already has, Amanda King, Joey Ugarte, just so many other, Darren DeStephanis. So thank you to all those people who have participated. This, I'm hoping, will be the song of the year. And thanks to all the Vegas performers here. So thank you, Terri.
Welcome. Thanks, Johnny, for coming up with it. It's a great idea.
Right on. I just want to remind everybody that as soon as we close this show out, you can view it again right on our Facebook page. Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Go on out there, like the page, and of course, never miss an episode. And of course, this show will be replayed in its normal time slot on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. right here on the Go Live Vegas mobile app. So you can catch the show there as well. Plenty of replays. Please reshare the feed to this on your Facebook page so others can enjoy our time with Terri, and we certainly appreciate it. As a reminder, please, by all means, go watch us again. Check out twinbrothers.vegas, our new website. Okay, plus we have the commercial that we still need to run as well on the way out. So we're going to end our show right here, but don't shut off just yet, because we're going to hear very quickly, we're going to see the commercial about the mugs from Johnny, which everybody loved. We're going to play that again on the way out, as well as one final message from our new sponsor, Living Dagger Fitness. And we appreciate everybody for jumping on board. For everybody here and on video, we thank you so, so much for watching. Stay safe, stay happy, be healthy. We'll see you next week right here on Twin Brothers.
Sugars.
THD is a cosplayer with two things on his mind: to get fit and to have fun. Now you can too with Living Dagger Fitness. Through Living Dagger Fitness, you'll train with a superhero to be a superhero. Using the timeless techniques of training, including Muay Thai and fitness kickboxing, you'll learn the healthy fitness habits of your favorite characters. You'll be in the best shape of your life while enjoying the fun and excitement of living your character. To find out more, email THD at theherodrownslv@gmail.com. Live your character.
Being an out-of-work entertainer during this pandemic shutdown in the entertainment capital of the world, it's not easy. In fact, it's damn hard. It's not just here, but everywhere. Comedians are struggling.
Good job, funny boy!
Even the pimps and hoes have had to adapt. So being on the street and desperate, you have to find that inner spark, that creativity to keep pushing forward. You never know where your next guitar is going to come from. The truth is, you just have to go out there every night and keep pushing. Never give up. Sometimes the difference between a good night and a bad night is in the sign that you make. I've tried little ones. And big ones. I even tried to learn to spin. So now it's just me and my mug. Out here every night trying to do what I can for my family. But there is hope, and you can help. For the cost of a really expensive cup of coffee at Starbucks, you'll help keep a starving artist off the streets. At Portnoy.com, every mug you purchase feeds an out-of-work entertainer for a week. You can choose from 66 of your favorite Las Vegas personalities and not only get a high-quality 11-ounce mug from world-famous illustrator and artist Neil Portnoy, but also that warm, fuzzy feeling of knowing you're making the world a better place. So it's your choice. Either buy a mug at Portnoy.com or risk seeing us on the streets. It's up to you.
At the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of here at the Copa.
Give me that f***ing boa. You're not Barry Manilow. Now get your ass back in the house.
Copa.
I'm coming. I'm coming.